Hey everyone, this is going to be a short video guide / tutorial on how to do the Hereafter Rebellion dungeon in ArcheRage. Okay, so why do we want to be in here? This is the only dungeon and the only place where you can get your Soul Liberator necklace, which is arguably the best in slot necklace for most of the DPS classes. First of all, if you're in here, don't click anything. You can see that the timer hasn't started running yet. You want to wait for the message that appears in the center of your screen right now. So now you can see the timer on the door is running in the top right. This is when you can start collecting these 4 souls. They will show up at the top right. You use these souls to spawn heroes, which have different abilities. So to show you that anybody can do this dungeon, no matter what class you play, what gear you have, I'll be unequipping most of my stuff. Obviously you want to have an instrument equipped because you need it for the songcraft skills. As you can see, I also have Shadow Play skilled, which is mainly for the Quake Freerunner, which is going to boost the attack speed and movement speed of your heroes, as well as Stealth to get rid of any aggro you pull from the mobs. You also want Wave Discord, Life Startling Strain, Quickstep, Healing Him Stone, Bulwark Ballad, Chanty, and Healing Him. Keep in mind this is also the only dungeon where you can actually spawn pets and mounts. Obviously we're going to use the mount a lot, but for the final boss fight or any of the encounters, feel free to spawn any pets that you have to help tank some damage so you don't get most of the aggro. For now we were just waiting for the door to open, so you want to follow this path. Make sure to not aggro this dog right now. On this tower there's going to be 2 souls which we will be collecting. They will be always here. There's one right here. And there's one at the very top, right here. Okay, so after these 2, we should be at 6 souls. You're gonna drop down here, pick the second last option, which is Alterer. Alterer is an archer. We're going to use his ability to lure away the dog from the souls that we just passed, so we can actually collect them. Once we're down here, make sure you are just below 25 meters range, and wait for Alterer, then use the attack command. Because he's an archer, he's going to do a ranged attack, which makes the boss jump at him, opens up an opportunity to collect these souls. After you collected them, you want to despawn Alterer and move on. Sometimes you will see a soul right here on this path. Sometimes also here. If it's not here, it's guaranteed to be under the bridge, so make sure to collect this one as well. We're gonna need the souls to spawn more heroes. I've done some of the hero quests already, so some of the heroes take less for me to spawn, but at this point you should definitely have 8 souls, which is enough to spawn Kurt, the very last one, and the third last one. Basically Kurt is a tank. He will take most of the damage and pull all of the aggro, and the other guy is weakening the defenses. Right here what I'm doing is I'm collecting 1 more soul, so I have 12 souls. This is what you will require if you're new to the dungeon. Spawn 3 heroes, 4 each. So you're gonna need 12 souls. You wanna spawn Kurt, you wanna spawn Alterer, and I'm not sure what the other guy is called. But also make sure to track target Kurt, because he's your tank. He's going to soak up most of the damage, and you wanna Startling Strain him. This is going to buff the defense he gets from Bulwark. It's gonna buff his movement speed from Quickstep, and it's also going to buff his attack from your chanty songs. Once you have 3 heroes, you just basically rinse and repeat. You will Startling Strain Kurt, so he gets more stronger buffs. You're going to make him command attack whatever you're encountering, and after that you're going to charm the enemies using Healing Him Stone. You're also going to use Wave Discord, which is lowering the defenses, and you're just going to play songs. Keep in mind that the last passive in Songcraft gives your songs 25 meters range, so you don't have to be so close. If you're close, there's a high chance you're pulling aggro from the mobs. This is why you should have Stealth or Stealth Mount to get rid of the aggro, because if you're really squishy, some of these mobs hit really hard. Just make sure you don't pull too much aggro. And by the way, at some point you'll probably also want to do your Hiram Ring. This is also a very good dungeon to do this, because you're at some point going to need Stolen Ionet Anima, which you can only get in Diamond Shores when it flips to war. But a lot of people are farming it, there's not a lot of mobs spawning. So the final boss that we're going to kill, the dog, he actually has a chance to drop these Stolen Ionet Animas. From my experience it's like 50%, so if you loot buff you should get one like every run. Anyways, keep collecting souls. You're also going to see some of these portals on the way, which will allow you to spawn more heroes. Right now it's just the same as before. You're going to command him to attack, you're gonna buff Kurt, play some songs, charm the enemies, and just repeat everything. At some point the enemies will get stronger and you'll notice that they're actually doing more damage to you. If you have enough souls, now's the time to spawn the healer. I think she's called Noyet. She's going to heal you and your heroes, and will make this a lot easier, but at the start you don't really need her. By the way, sorry if I forgot to mention it, this dungeon also has hero quests. If you spawn some of the heroes, you might notice they have an exclamation mark, a quest. If you accept the quest and finish it outside the dungeon, that will lower the requirement to spawn that hero down from 4 souls to 3. This is why at the start I was collecting 12 souls. So even if you haven't done any of the hero quests, you should be able to follow along using this video. Okay, so now we're actually going to move to our first tower. These are a bit harder because they respawn mobs and the tower also does damage. So what I like to do, I like to him here, command the heroes to attack and just sit in the back to avoid pulling aggro right away. Just let them build some aggro first. As you can see, I'm still pulling aggro mostly from the mobs that are spawned by the tower. Use your stealth, use stealth mounts, or just try to soak up the damage while buffing your heroes and playing your songs. At some point this tower will stop spawning mobs and you can actually start focusing the tower. There's also a hero you can spawn that does extra damage to towers, but honestly I'm naked right now, I'm still surviving this, so you shouldn't have any problems with it. Right, this is an important part of the run. This is the first encounter where you will see a special mob, the Harbinger, which is right in the middle right here. You probably have enough swords by now, so you want to spawn some archers and make sure to target the Harbinger first. If you don't kill him quick, he's going to buff up, do a lot of damage, tank a lot of damage, so make sure to charm him first. You can also see a skill on the spawn window, the purple pinkish icon arrow. That one is a special command from Alterer, the archer hero, which is going to make your archers shoot basically blazing arrows at enemies. It's going to do a lot of damage, so make sure to start using that now. Same story here, this group of mobs also has a Harbinger, he's in the back this time. Make sure to command your heroes to attack him first. Okay, so this is another milestone. This is probably going to be the toughest encounter you're going to fight. Sometimes there's a tower here. You want to make sure all the souls you have spawn archers. Use your battle hymn. Buff Kurt. Make him attack death right away so you don't pull any aggro. And then you want to start charming people. There's also a Harbinger here, as you can see. Make sure to focus him first. Obviously this area is always going to have a soul, but make sure to check up here as well. It also has a chance to spawn a soul. This is also a moment where you're going to despawn everything, because you need healers for the next encounter. I believe the guy that is spawning on top of here always spawns here if there's no soul between the dog and the starting area, the path at the start, if you remember. You can see we are running back to the spawn. We're gonna use the portal again to spawn our heroes back, which is going to be the exact same that we just despawned. It's Kurt, it's Alterer, I think it's Bellion his name, and not yet. The reason you despawned everything is because we only spawned archers, and we actually want to spawn healers now. So, this is the final moment. This is what you've been preparing this entire run for. Make sure to track target Kurt again. Startling strain him. If you have him up, use it right now. And make him attack. Spawn 6 healers and dump the rest into archers. And make sure to use the archer skill from Alterer. Right now all you're going to do is Startling strain Kurt, keep it up on him. Use Chanty and Bulwark. This is also a very good moment to spawn pets if you have some that deal some damage to the boss. You can also damage the boss yourself, but be careful with the aggro. Once you take an aggro, he's going to jump you, he's going to one-shot you. So if you do damage him, every now and then, make sure you stealth to reset the aggro. Or just let Kurt do the work. Right, the dog has been slain. As you can see, we're not all the way up to 600 points yet, which is required for the final chest. But you can see we dropped the stolen Ironheart animal, so it has a fairly high chance to drop. The very last encounter is this one. It's a tower, plus a Harbinger, so it's a tough one, but right now you should have enough archers, healers, heroes, so this should be a really easy fight. You can see at the top right that we're almost hitting 600 points, but our time is running out. Honestly, if you have a little bit of gear and you DPS some of the mobs as well, you should probably have like 3 to 4 minutes time left. This is only so close because I've not been doing anything but playing songs right here. Yeah, as you can see, I had to die in the end right there, but just know that it's nothing bad, because the heroes and the summons are gonna stay there, they're gonna keep fighting, so just respawn and come back. As you can see, shortly the dungeon is done. We reached 600 points. There's no point in further staying in this dungeon, there's nothing else to collect. So you can just exit the dungeon, check your mails, and enjoy your Soul Liberator. You cannot reset the dungeon, by the way, you only have one entry per day, so if you mess it up, that's unfortunate, you have to wait for the next day. But I hope this video was useful, hope you enjoyed it, and have a good one.